Luxury was supposed to be untouchable, the safe bet, the world where logos equal power and prices only go up. But right now, some of the most famous names in luxury are quietly panicking. Store closures, layoffs, emergency restructuring, and the wildest part, most people won't notice until it's too late. Today, I'm counting down 15 luxury brands that are seriously struggling in 2026, from number 15 all the way to number 1, and what you're about to discover might completely change how you think about luxury shopping. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, because understanding what's really happening behind these glossy storefronts could save you from making a very expensive mistake. Number 15, Mulberry, the brand that priced itself into oblivion. Mulberry used to be that perfect sweet spot. British craftsmanship, beautiful leather bags, prices that felt aspirational but reachable. The Bayswater, iconic. But here's where greed took over. They decided to chase Hermes-level prestige without Hermes-level quality or heritage. They doubled prices practically overnight. A bag that was $800 suddenly became $1,600. Same leather, same hardware, different price tag. Customers immediately said no. Asian sales collapsed, revenue tanked, cash reserves drained, stores closed one by one. Then came the betrayal that killed whatever trust remained. Mulberry moved production away from England, the very thing they'd built their entire identity on, while continuing to raise prices and market themselves as quintessentially British. Industry insiders are now openly asking, how long until Mulberry gets bought out or just disappears completely? Number 14, Bali, too quiet for its own good. Swiss craftsmanship, leather that could outlast your mortgage, shoes built like tiny fortresses. Bali made incredible products, but here's the problem: nobody cared. While Gucci was slapping logos on everything and Coach was flooding outlet malls, Bali stayed quiet, too quiet. Their stores felt like libraries where you weren't allowed to sneeze. When younger shoppers walked in, they walked out faster. Too formal, they said. Where's the excitement? The numbers don't lie. US sales dropped 40% in 5 years. Stores closed as rent stayed high but foot traffic vanished. Heritage alone doesn't pay rent anymore. Number 13, Swarovski. Swarovski built an empire on making everything sparkle. Crystal-covered phones, figurines, jewelry. If it could shine, they bedazzled it. But sparkle has a shelf life. Younger shoppers embraced minimalism. Suddenly, bedazzled everything screamed outdated instead of sophisticated. Reports in late 2025 described cuts of around 400 roles at headquarters. When a brand starts cutting hundreds of jobs, it's not improving, it's surviving. Their desperate pivot to home decor backfired spectacularly. Nothing says, "I've given up," quite like a crystal-encrusted toilet brush holder for $200. Number 12, Canada Goose, the status symbol nobody wants. Canada Goose built an empire on extreme winter performance, but most buyers don't live anywhere near extreme cold. People started realizing they were paying $1,500 for a jacket they wore in 60-degree weather. Then the logo that once screamed status became a robbery magnet. Violent attacks targeting people wearing the coats made headlines. Add the backlash over real coyote fur, and the brand faced a crisis. They finally went fur-free after years of pressure, but competitors were already offering similar performance at half the price without killing animals. Canada Goose built a business on hype. The hype is gone. Number 11, Salvatore Ferragamo, the Italian legend that lost its soul. 30 years ago, Ferragamo was synonymous with Italian excellence, beautiful shoes worn by royalty, craftsmanship you could feel. Today, the brand is lost. Sales are down across every market. Customers complain about declining quality, shoes falling apart after months despite $1,000 price tags. Ferragamo discontinued beloved classic designs to chase trends. It didn't work. Creative directors come and go like seasonal interns. Each brings a new vision, leaving the brand's identity fractured and directionless. Here's the lesson: luxury consumers don't buy confusion. Number 10, Burberry, the brand that burned its reputation. In 2018, Burberry revealed they'd systematically destroyed $37 million worth of unsold merchandise over 5 years. Clothes, accessories, perfume, burned to protect brand image. The backlash was nuclear. Consumers were horrified, shareholders furious. In an era of conscious consumption, Burberry looked irresponsible and out of touch. But the scandal didn't end there. Their iconic check pattern became so overused and counterfeited it turned into a punchline instead of a prestige symbol. Then came the final blow. They raised prices during the pandemic, in some cases nearly 40%, while quality remained stagnant. Customers responded the only way they could: they stopped buying. Burberry stock plummeted, sales collapsed. A heritage house became the poster child for luxury mismanagement. Number 9. Gucci, when ubiquity kills exclusivity. Under Alessandro Michele, Gucci experienced a meteoric rise. The whimsical maximalist aesthetic became so popular it flooded the market. That was the problem. The double G logo was everywhere, overexposed. What made Gucci special, exclusivity, evaporated. Consumers complained about quality not matching escalating prices. Gucci kept raising prices aggressively, but customers finally said what everyone was thinking: this isn't worth $4,000 anymore. Sales plunged 14%. Parent company Kering is losing billions. What made Gucci super cool became what killed it. Number 8. Matches fashion, when the middle layer collapses. Luxury shopping platforms live and die on trust plus cash flow. Matches fashion had neither when it went into administration. The customer has to trust the product is real, delivery will be smooth, returns won't be nightmares. When demand slows, returns rise, and logistics costs don't care about feelings. When a luxury retailer starts slipping, it spirals. Customers hesitate, sales fall, brands pull back, selection gets worse, the platform becomes even less attractive. Matches fashion became a warning sign for the entire industry. Number 7. Farfetch, the rescue that proved the model was broken. Farfetch went through a major crisis and needed a rescue deal in early 2024. The platform model was supposed to be asset-light, a smooth marketplace connecting buyers and boutiques. But luxury customers expect perfect service, and perfect service is expensive. The platform sits between brands wanting control and customers wanting convenience. When money gets tight, everyone's problems become visible. When headlines turn negative, customers don't just worry about the company struggling. They think, will my order arrive? Will my return get processed? That doubt alone crushes sales. Number 6. The Real, when resale can't scale. The Real has spent years trying to prove luxury resale can scale without bleeding cash. Despite improvements at times, reports still point to continued net losses. Resale sounds simple: take an item, sell it again, take a cut, but the real work is messy. Authenticate, photograph, price, store inventory, handle returns and complaints. The customer wants a big discount because it's used, but the platform has high costs because it's complicated. That squeeze makes profitability brutal. Number 5. McLaren, when supercars can't sell themselves. McLaren has faced serious financial strain, including major restructuring and talk of avoiding financial ruin. Supercar brands live where the product is breathtaking, but the business is brutal. Engineering is expensive, regulations are expensive, mistakes are expensive. Unlike mass-market brands, you can't sell your way out with volume. If demand weakens for even 1 or 2 years, the pressure is immediate. What do brands do? Chase higher margins, lean into personalization, raise prices, sell experience packages. The customer pays more for the same vehicle with different trims simply because the company needs margin now, not later. Number 4. Aston Martin, the icon drowning in debt. Aston Martin has reported ongoing financial challenges, including significant losses and heavy net debt alongside refinancing steps. Here's the hard truth: luxury car brands can have huge cultural value and still be financially fragile. People confuse iconic with stable. The business depends on timing. New model cycles matter. If volumes are weaker than expected, fixed costs don't shrink. If you're a buyer, you feel the tension. Suddenly there are more special editions. Financing offers look more tempting. The brand is everywhere online. It's not always strength, sometimes it's desperation. Number 3. Maserati, when the pipeline goes dry. Maserati has seen sales collapse and posted operating losses. Reports say the brand's future strategy is under review and options like a possible sale have been discussed. One of the simplest ways to spot trouble in a luxury car brand: the pipeline. If there's no clear wave of new models coming, excitement fades. Dealers get stuck, buyers wait. Luxury car buyers love a reason to wait because waiting feels smart. That's deadly for sales right now. Number 2, Saks Fifth Avenue, when debt crushes legacy. Recent reporting described Saks's parent company considering Chapter 11 bankruptcy as a last resort under heavy debt pressure after a major acquisition. Department stores used to be the front door to luxury. Now that door is crowded. Brands want to sell direct. Online shopping is normal. The department store model still has big fixed costs, still needs inventory, still depends on relationships with brands. When debt layers on top, the pressure becomes intense. Number 1, Louis Vuitton. Even giants feel the pressure. Louis Vuitton isn't disappearing, but it's facing a struggle people rarely discuss, keeping growth alive without breaking the spell. The wider luxury sector has dealt with a prolonged slump. Even top luxury groups have faced declines with pressure from softer demand in key regions. For years, luxury brands raised prices betting people would accept it because the logo is the logo, but there's a limit. When customers feel price is rising faster than value, they don't revolt loudly, they just quietly stop buying. Louis Vuitton can't easily lower prices without damaging premium image, but they also can't keep relying on the same buyer pool forever. The ubiquitous monogram, once a symbol of luxury, now feels too common. Despite high prices, complaints about durability and craftsmanship are increasing compared to older pieces. Even at the top, there's a constant fight to keep the brand feeling rare while selling enough to justify the giant machine behind it. If you remember one thing from this countdown, it's this: luxury struggle doesn't always look like empty stores. It looks like louder marketing, more special editions, tighter return rules, more pressure to buy now, brands stretching into new categories fast. When the market slows, brands with the clearest identity and strongest trust survive best. The ones that feel confused, overextended, or too dependent on one customer type get hit first. Which brand on this list shocked you most? What's the biggest sign a luxury brand is starting to slip? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this opened your eyes to what's really happening in luxury, hit that like button, subscribe for more content that reveals what brands don't want you to know, and share this with anyone who loves luxury shopping but needs to know the truth behind the logos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.